Hi there, welcome back to Pierpoint Custom Rod Building and Repair. A customer of mine has asked me if it's possible to coat a lure in some sort of clear coat lacquer because they're fed up of buying these expensive lures and then they find they get dinked and scratched quite quickly. So we've got a brand new lure of sorts here. So it's a head and one knocker spook. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to rub it down using a bit of wet and dry. So that's 1200 grade. You can use wire wool or a scotch pad or something like that. So being careful not to take off the colour of the lure. So all I'm doing is creating a key coat, and in the rod building world we use something called Bondersil, and it's a clear coat lacquer that sometimes we just put on the blank of a rod before we put the guides on. So all I'm going to do is just rub this down very lightly to create that key coat. Okay, and then I'm going to coat it in the Bondersil. Okay, I mean there's a brand new lure straight out of the box. There's a couple of what we call the hook rash marks on there, and also where the hook in the packet is sort of digged in underneath there somewhere, there's a couple of pock marks. I mean, you can't get those out, but let's rub it down. And all you're doing, as you can see, you're just taking off, there's already some sort of clear coat lacquer on there already, so all you're doing is you're just scratching into that, okay, and just create that base, if you like, for your Bondersil to go over. Now straight away you can see that that's getting all scuffed up and it looks a bit dull, and that's okay, so don't worry about that. That's what we want. And then what you'll find is that clear Bondersil lacquer will flow into those scratches and it will just go perfectly clear again. But the key thing is to get this scratch going, because without that the Bondersil won't adhere to it. Okay, so don't be frightened to give it a good old scratch down. Okay, just for a minute or so. Okay, and then once you've done that, there's a couple of things to bear in mind where you've got the eyes and the sort of gill plate. You're likely to get some, you know, some runs around those areas. Let's see if we can brush those out when we get going. Some people like to use nail varnish, but you know, you might find that goes off a bit too quick. But I'll show you exactly what I do with my rod building and see if we can transfer that into the lure world, just to give you guys out there a bit of help on that. Okay, so we've scratched it up quite nicely, so now we need to clean it so you can see what's come off. So what we're going to do is just use a little bit of meths, okay, because you just want to clean that up now and get rid of those dusty bits, the dusty particles. Not too much meths. All you want to do then is just wipe that over just to clean that up. Okay, and if they've already been painted, then you want to be careful with any sort of solvent because it can actually take the paint off. But we haven't gone down deep enough to worry about the colour yellow, the silvers and the reds that they've actually used. So we're just going to do enough there to clean that up. Okay, so that's video number one. I'm going to do another video, so I'm going to set this up with my rod turners and then show you how I would put on the clear coat of lacquer to protect that lure. So already just by doing that with the meths, you know, it's gone back reasonably shiny, but there's no dust on that. Okay, so we get that going and see what happens. Okay, see you in video number two.